Mike Lewis, you are seriously involved with the Yas Island project in Abu Dhabi and have been, I understand, for 4 years. How did that start?
Yeah, that's really through a lot of big projects, particularly in this region, is through direct relationships with the right people at the right time. There's no magic formula, and I've seen lots of consultants wandering the floor at Cityscape, certainly this week, looking for that magic project, and they really don't come along that often of those particular sizes. Yas Island master plan for Benoy was a very significant piece of work, and that's enabled us to really ride out insulate us really from the rocky 2009 period that we've had. Certainly things have changed significantly from a year ago. Cityscape 2009 October, I think we were all there watching the markets take a tumble.
Well, how describe Yas Island? Possibly there are people in the world who haven't heard about it. What is Yas Island exactly?
Yeah, Benoy's vision for Yas Island was really a global leisure and entertainment destination. That's the real vision for it, is a place that you would come and spend a week, and there were all sorts of activities. There are the Ferrari World theme park, the retail centre, the racetrack, and lots of hotels and plenty of leisure-based activity in an island setting, essentially. And around it there are some wonderful natural mangroves to go out and explore and discover, and it reminds me a little bit of the Florida Keys in some ways. There's certainly plenty to do there, but we're a long way off from the delivery, and I think it's going to be it's a slow, considered process to deliver the vision over time, and we're only on phase 1 at the moment, which is really concentrating on the Formula 1 and the racetrack itself for the 1st of November this year. So we're only a matter of weeks away. As you can imagine, it's all very busy on the island at the moment.
So how much of all of this will people see now who come to the Formula 1, who check out Yas Island, take a look and see what's there?
Yeah, I think the southern portion of the island, which is where the track is and the hotels, the marinas, etc., will look relatively complete. It's been quite a task to get to this point, particularly on a site which is essentially a large construction site, the entire island, 25 square kilometres of construction site, which now is being dressed, ready for the Formula 1 Grand Prix. And then once that's out of the way, we'll then come back in and we move forward with the next stage, and hopefully we're looking at phase 2, which is north of the highway, which is more residential based, and trying to create a community for the island, essentially. So it's got its own critical mass, if you like.
But you're also involved in a very unusual theme park on that island.
That's correct, yeah. I personally designed the Ferrari World
which is the first
building.
Ferrari theme park anywhere.
It's the very, very first one for Ferrari, and that's a special relationship between Mubadala, Aldar and Ferrari themselves. And our task was really to come up with something very special that will excite Ferrari. They're a very tough crowd to satisfy in design terms, but translate some of the flavour and emotion and passion of Ferrari into a piece of architecture. And I think we've managed to get there. And
How did you do that?
It's a lot of research. It's just understanding who Ferrari are and exactly what they are about. And it's a very emotive thing. You can't really put your finger on anything in particular. And obviously there are obvious things like the glossy red, the high quality, the touchy-feely, the special feeling you get when you sit in a Ferrari. Well, the whole is trying to capture that somehow into a building, and provide this grand space, an arena of entertainment that allows a flexible use. And there are 28 rides and attractions which have been designed by Jack Rouse Associates, which go inside the theme park. And Benoy has done the shell and core and the grand sweep of the roof.
It's a kind of a free-form design.
Very much so, and the building itself is almost an attraction in its own right, and it's a very exciting thing. I think when you first drive up and look along the lines of the building, it's something quite incredible, something really that a lot of people would never have seen before. So I'm very keen with our relationship with Ferrari and with Aldar that people understand how special and how much of a one-off this building particularly is.
Well, okay, but you said a little just now that for the Formula One race, none of that is going to be ready.
That's correct, yes.
When will it be? What's your delivery
date?
Our
delivery is late 2010 for the theme park itself.
Oh, okay.
So I'd imagine, I don't know, I haven't spoken to anyone in depth about this, but I'd imagine that will be for next year's Formula One Grand Prix. I'd imagine that'll be up and running by then.
Really something to look forward to.
Oh, very much so indeed. Our task this year was to make sure there was a red shiny roof ready for the Formula One Grand Prix, so it looks complete from the outside, but there's lots of work to do on the inside yet.